This is Yvonne Strahovski, and you're listening to Chuck versus the podcast.
You were about to enter Chuck versus the podcast, the place for people who love Chuck and the people who work on Chuck. The only show that takes you behind the scenes with the stars.
Yvonne Strahovski.
Zachary Levi. Joshua Gomez.
Ryan McParland.
Adam Balba.
Sarah Lancaster.
Interactive interviews.
Julia Ling.
Phil Clemmer.
All the cast.
Dixon High. Tony Hale. Scott Krinsky. Mark Christopher Lawrence.
Anita Friederici.
Fun hosts.
This is Mel. This is Liz. Now you can see how wacko we are.
The writers.
Ali Adler. Scott Rosenbaum. Zev Barrow.
The editors.
Matt Barber. Jeff Granville. Kevin Mock.
Contests.
We are giving away a Chuck press kit.
The directors.
Jason Ensley. Norman Buckley.
The guest stars.
Steve Austin.
Kristin Newman.
The music.
This is Tim Jones.
Guest hosts.
I'm Kaylee from Toronto.
Conventions.
Lights come up, and here comes Jeffster out on stage.
Set visits.
This is the guy right here.
And much more. Are you ready?
This is Mel,
This is Liz.
and we want to welcome you to Chuck versus the Podcast number 74 for Thursday, November 25th, 2010. We have a new episode of Chuck to discuss, and it's going to be a quick and dirty discussion because we weren't actually planning to do a podcast this week because of the Thanksgiving holiday, and because Gray is swamped at work, and because it's Gray's birthday. So a lot of good reasons. But you know what? This episode was epic. We have to talk about it.
We can't not talk about it.
Can't not discuss it. So Liz and I are just going to do a quick discussion of the episode while apparently Gray has been kidnapped and needs rescued before he's lobotomized.
I think he's off partying somewhere, you know.
Probably.
Birthday
Boy. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Gray.
Happy birthday, Gray!
Woohoo!
All right, so Chuck versus Phase 3, a.k.a. Sarah versus the world.
Yeah, right.
Holy crap!
She totally owned this show. I swear. She
did.
was amazing.
She was phenomenal. I mean, this is the first time Yvonne's carried an episode to this extent. I mean, we've had Sarah-centric episodes, but this was Yvonne's episode, and she was more than up to the challenge. And Adam Baldwin and Joshua Gomez stepped it up too. I mean, I loved watching the three of them work together.
Yeah. Yeah. I loved that. I know that it was totally Sarah's episode, but I really loved that Morgan was the voice of reason, and that he brought his own intelligence to the table to help the team out.
Literally. He was the fact finder.
Yeah. I like that they're doing that more and more, so I'm wondering if that's... Remember we talked about a couple podcasts ago what his niche will be, and we had thought that it might be, you know, his nerdiness and his knack for finding little bits of information and owning little bits of information would be the key to his spyness, and it looks like
Totally was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was awesome. I really liked seeing so much of Casey and Sarah together, and Casey actually calling her on her behavior and saying, "You're back to pre-Chuck. You're back to before Chuck." And I did not like that, Agent Walker. That was quite an admission from him.
Yeah. In other words, I like you.
Yeah, I like you. I like the person you've become, and I acknowledge that it's because of Chuck.
Yeah, but yet she wasn't going to, you know, stand for his bullying a little bit, you know, taking charge the way he usually does, because Casey's always point. When she kicked him back into that cell and closed the door on him, "You're not going with me this time, Casey."
Well, that was partially for his own protection, because she basically said, "I'm going to break the rules. I'm probably going to get dishonorably discharged, and I don't want to take you with me."
Yeah. That's true. Because Casey could have helped her a lot. Or he might have tried to stop her.
I don't know, though. Did you see him during the pit fight? He had this little, like, tiny little grin on his face. He's like, "That's right. Kick some butt."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it all out of you, Walker. I kind of thought he looked proud of her.
Yeah, me too. He totally looked proud of her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was proud of her.
I was. I was kind of mad when Casey came in and, with the guns. I'm like, no,
let her finish. Yeah.
Although at that point, she wasn't winning.
No, because he played dirty and cheater, threw sand in her eye.
Yeah, that just wasn't right.
That's the only way he could beat the giant blonde she-male.
Yeah, she-male. So, do you think this was an episode for the guys tonight? I kind of do.
I think superficially it was, but quite honestly, from the reaction I'm seeing and from my own reaction, it was for the girls.
Yeah. I kind of think so, too, because I was cheering. I was on my couch going, go, go.
Oh, yeah. Kick some butt.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. I couldn't wait to see that. I mean, of course, we saw the previews from last week, and we knew that this was going to be like that, but it was even better. It was even better.
And it wasn't just physically kicking butt. She emotionally kicked some butt.
She really did.
Oh, my gosh. Yvonne Strahovski just killed it. I mean,
she
Sarah
pours on those
falling
tears.
apart.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I was a little bit weepy, she's just falling apart. And then she finds the proposal plan, and that lights another fire.
Yeah.
And then when and how about Morgan saying, that you told him that, right? That you love him whether or not he's the intersect. And that, I think that really motivated her, because she's like, you know what, I haven't. And of course we've known for a good long time that what remains unsaid between them is epic, to keep using the word. So she went and she told him.
Yeah.
Go, Sarah, go!
Yay! And everybody cheered.
Yeah.
So it's all been said. It's all out there now.
Yep.
All out in the open. Love it.
And it ended
totally stoked.
It ended on such a happier, chipper moment than I expected with the two of them. I was really expecting the finale to be that they rescue him and he doesn't remember any of them, or he doesn't remember Sarah, and then next episode is when he does. He recovers his memories. So I was really surprised when the almost completed lobotomy ended up just being some hazy memory that actually wasn't that hazy.
Yeah. I was a little worried about that too. I thought that that's the way that they would go, which goes to show you, and there were a lot of people trying to predict the next scene and how that was going to happen, and he's going to get the intersect back in this episode. Goes to show you this show is not as predictable as y'all think.
It's not.
Not as predictable as I thought.
And this is Kristin Newman's second episode. She wrote this episode. Again, amazing. Her first episode was Chuck versus the Coup d'etat, where they go to Costa Gravis, which was an excellent episode as well. And she's just, she's on a streak now. Two's a streak, right?
Yeah, I think so. It is in my book.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll say streak. 2 for 2, Kristin.
Yeah.
Right on. And then she got to throw in that ending. What happened? What happened when they got obviously the laptop was meant for Ellie, because she's the only one who would have known the password.
Yeah.
It was something specific to her and her dad. So
what did she see? And some people were thinking, maybe the same thing's going to happen to her that happened to Chuck. She's going to get the intersect. But you know what? I didn't think they would go that way. I knew they wouldn't.
I don't think they will. I mean, I could see them doing it, but it seems a little too predictable.
Yeah.
Someone was suggesting in the chat room that she was seeing maybe all of the information about what the intersect does to Chuck, like seeing his, I think what they mean is maybe seeing his mental structure, his brain structure with the intersect, because she's a neurosurgeon. And then that could give her the information she needs to retrieve the intersect from wherever it's been buried.
Very good. Very good.
That could be how they bring her in. Now,
I like that.
Okay, I was so bummed that was a dream with her calling and him saying, I'm sorry, I have been spying again. it was so, it came out so easily. I was like, really? That's how they're going to do it? Because I'd been predicting that this episode she would find out. So, but then it turned out that was a dream. So I don't know now. You think she'll find out next episode?
Yeah, I think
it's inevitable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because whatever she sees, it's all spy stuff, and it's all going to lead back to Chuck.
Yeah. Well, she even said in this episode that she didn't want him to know. She didn't want Awesome to call Chuck to get the laptop working because it would just drag him right back into the spy world, and she wanted to keep him safe. Smash cut to Thailand. But so she obviously doesn't know that he's a spy again. And some people thought after last week that she did, or after coup d'etat that she did know. So, which that just suddenly clicked that this is the second episode that Kristin Newman wrote, and it's another good one for Ellie.
Yeah.
Sarah Lancaster had a good amount to do, so I think we finally have a writer who really is able to integrate that character. I think it's been a challenge for them. They've kind of built their own restrictions around that character. And I think they're at a point now in the story where she can be integrated more, and I think Kristin Newman's doing a really good job of doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I was really excited when she looked down in the car and found that box. I'm like, oh, goody! We're going to move this forward. Yay!
Yeah.
Because it's been a while.
And that was a clever way to bring the Bimorons into the story. Have them come to Devon. Poor guy. Oh, the things he does for his wife. Wow. The dark corners of the human body.
Yikes. Yeah. TMI.
Uh-huh. So was
I don't want to know.
Yeah, 36 hours of free medical treatment in exchange for cracking the laptop.
Oh, golly. And you have to deal with Jeff and Lester.
Yeah. Yeah. Which one do you think is psychotic? Never mind. Doesn't matter.
I don't know. I don't know, but when he said that, when he brought them into this, when he called them to have them come out and help him with that thing, I'm like, oh no. You can't have them find out. But remember, we were talking about they got to be suspicious.
Yeah. And I realized that Ellie wouldn't let him call Chuck, and his mind would just kind of naturally move to the next nerd herders who could help. But think it through, Devin. Think this through. What if they realized they had a spy laptop?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't think it was kind of weird that there were lights flashing on it, and
yeah. And yeah. But fortunately, I think Jeff and Lester were, especially Lester, was so, he's so narcissistic and arrogant that all he could think about was how he was going to crack this laptop, and he didn't look at the big picture and think, wait a minute, what am I cracking?
Yeah.
What is this thing that I'm working on?
The Rourke 7.
I know! Rourke! So how did he get a hold of it?
I don't know. Yeah.
I love this little callback.
How did he know about it?
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe he stole it from Rourke Industries when he was there with Chuck back in season 2. Papa Bartowski could have stolen it, or I don't know. Maybe he bought it, but that's just, so prosaic. I don't want to think that's how it happened.
I don't know.
I really liked that it was a Rourke Instruments computer, though. I like that little tag.
It was fun. Yeah. So what else happened? Gosh.
Sarah was amazing.
Yeah. Nothing else happened. Sarah was amazing. That was it. That was the show.
Watch it.
Yeah.
Sarah was amazing. Yeah, she owned this episode. Now, I can't remember who said this, but I think it was mentioned that Zach was kind of given the less screen time this episode because he's directing next week. He directed next week's episode, and he needed time to prep for it. So that's why this ended up being heavier on Yvonne and Adam and Joshua. which is fine. I thought they did terrific.
Mm-hmm.
A terrific job, and it was an interesting way to mix it up, structure and the focus and everything. So, amen to that. Good call, folks.
Now, tonight we had the whole cast in there. Big Mike was there.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't seen Big Mike in a while.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool. That tonight's episode was everybody.
Yeah, because Ellie and Devin were there. General Beckman was there. All of the leads.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. I hadn't thought of that.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, we're recording this on Monday night, right after the episode. So we don't have the ratings for you yet. Gray might possibly do a breaking news, but, fingers crossed they're up. I think the internet pretty much was ready to explode after the East Coast airing. So I think Mountain and West Coasters were tweeting us and saying, I'm so excited now, I can't wait, I have to watch it.
Yeah.
So our job there was done. But we don't really have many spoilers for you this time, so we're just going to hold them till next time. Next week's episode is Chuck versus the Leftovers, and we have a first look photo on chucktv.net, and we hope that you enjoy your own Thanksgiving and your own leftovers.
Yep.
And
we'll go.
Yeah.
We'll go rescue Gray now.
Yeah. We'll roll on into our sponsors, and then we will see you next time. Bye, Texters.
Bye-bye.
And now we want to thank our sponsors, IELabs.com, makers of award-winning Action Blue AVC HD conversion software, which authors full HD videos on regular DVD discs. It even works with HD clips from the newest iPhone 4. You can get your free trial of the software at IELabs.com. We also want to thank MovieMorons.com for supporting Chuck versus the podcast. Movie Morons is a podcast all about film. So if you are inclined to find out what movies you should be watching this fall, check out MovieMorons.com. And SyrianJunkies.de. We want to thank them for supporting us as well.
Hello, this is Christina Caramel from Serienjunkies TV. Are you addicted to TV shows? Be our guests and learn the latest news and reflections on what's going on in the world of TV series. Well, our show is in German, but maybe you want to drop in anyway? Then visit www.serienjunkies.de and watch out for our video podcast. See you.